Welcome. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and start getting into the vibe of this reading that was selected by the community on YouTube, where we're going to find out exactly what psychic gifts was inherited from your alien ancestors. As I get ready for this reading, I want you to take a deep breath. Breathe in the answers, breathe in the vibe, let go of the BS. I'm also inviting you to make a wish using my fairy wish candle. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, now we're ready to get started. That candle is available in my shop, magicalbutterflyspirit.com. Alright, we have 3 pals. Alright, so let me let you know how this reading is going to go. You're going to select your card. Once you pick your card, we're going to go into your reading. We're going to do some tarot, oracle cards, guardian cards, and we're going to go into some story dice for you as well. Alright, so first card up, we have the Angel of Truth. Yep, that's a tongue twister for me. Alright, then we have card number 2, Queen of Hearts. You want to see the focus on the number 3. 3 might be significant for you, as well as the number 2, 32. Alright, and then card number 3, you have Daring Dreamer. Get that in frame for you. You're welcome to watch all 3 piles back to back, or select the pile that you want to right now. And we're going to go ahead and get started with pile number 1. I already selected some oracle cards for you guys to get things started. We have Awakening, Renewal of Peace, Ideal Course of Action, Intuition, and Surrender to the Sweetness. As always, like to get some guardian cards for your reading. And for your reading, we have Maui Lisa, Cosmic Powers, which is fitting considering that this is regarding your psychic alien superpowers. Oh, they're saying there's a couple more. Saint Daphne. And you want me to read about Saint Daphne or something in the book that might resonate with you? The number 21 might resonate with you as well. Saint Daphne. Saint Daphne is the patron saint of mental health, mental illness, depression, and anxiety. Although it is always important to seek professional advice, Saint Daphne can, actually I think I'm saying it wrong, Daphina can be a real comfort and support when dealing with any mental health or well-being issues, anxious or unhelpful thoughts. She can also support with issues relating to sexual health and is said to be the patron saint of runaways, psychiatrists, psychologists, and neurologists. Working with the crown chakra, Saint Daphina can help to clear the clutter of the mind and help you get whatever support you need in any area of your life. And the oracle, ask for the help and support you need. It is not a sign of weakness to ask for help. It is a sign of self-love and courage. All right, pile 1. That's how we're getting started with your reading. Mental clarity, mental health. We already have intuition on the board. And awakening, and we're talking about crown chakras. One of your many psychic gifts that was inherited to you by your alien ancestors, your Starseed family, is your high power of clairvoyance and clairaudience. You're able to remote view as well, and you're able to see beyond the veil. I'm looking at this card right here. You're able to see beyond the veil. You're able to penetrate the matrix, so to speak. Angel of Truth. That's why that was your card. If you don't have these skills already, there are awakening for you. Some of you asked during the lion portal to get an increase in psychic skills, and those skills are being awakened. Ask and you shall receive, I just heard. And also, if you're a minor, this channel is not designed for minors, but I'm picking up something about a minor watching this. If you are, don't be scared of these gifts that are awakening. You might see things that go bump in the night. You're being asked to tell a guardian first off, so you have that support. And also, Saint Daphina is watching over you, along with your other spirit guides and how you practice your religion. With that said, this channel is intended for those who are of voting age. All right, so moving forward. If you are ever interested in tapping into your psychic gifts to use to serve others, now is not the time to do so if you haven't already done it. It feels like you need more practice before you could achieve that. As in, you wouldn't want a surgeon, this is the example they're giving me, you wouldn't want a surgeon to practice surgery on you. You want an expert. So they want you to increase your skill sets first before you start working with others, if that's the path that you're looking towards. Like someone watching might be interested in starting a tarot reading channel on YouTube, and they're asking you to study tarot cards more before you start a YouTube channel, because it's not so much because you don't have the skill set, but you would not be prepared for the energy exchange that goes on with tarot reading, that I can honestly say people aren't aware of how strong that energy exchange can be, considering that, like, for instance, I'm recording this on one day, and you're watching this, it could be a year from now, and you would not think that I will be picking up your energy from a year from now, but that's how it works. And then there's energies that you don't want to tackle with that go bump in the night, and if you're not prepared to handle that, it could really disrupt your mental health, going back to that Saint Daphina and mental clarity and mental well-being. So they're asking you to learn first before you get started. Not to discourage you from working with your powers, they want you to learn your powers. Again, awakening. Your powers are awakening. They're not finally honed yet. File number 1. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go on to tarot. Very interesting reading. Highly enjoyable. 5 stars, 5 stars. Really, I enjoy that. You know what? Since we were talking about learning tarot, I'm going to use this deck, which is the basic B deck. I'm turning my head to see if I can find the box to show you quickly, but I don't see it. But this is oh, I do see it. All right, here's the box. The basic B tarot deck is a learning deck where it has keywords printed on the cards. So as you're doing your tarot readings, instead of going back and forth to the guidebook or textbook or your phone, however you're looking up the words, the meaning of the tarot cards, they're imprinted right on the cards. It makes things just a little bit easier when learning tarot for the first time. You still should learn, listen, I'm going to be hypocritical for a second because I read intuitively, so there's still some cards I don't know. But you still should learn. They're telling me you need to go through the traditional route, not the intuitional route when it comes to learning spiritual gifts. And if you're like, what's the difference? When I say traditional, I mean textbooks and videos and things like that. Learn the knowledge versus just knowing. With intuition, it's more about knowing. Your intuition is awakening. It's not set in stone yet, so they want you to do the traditional. I don't like this Queen of Cups energy. You see how, is that a butterfly? Yeah, it's a butterfly. That was a B for a second. I'm not feeling this. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, Seven of Swords, Three of Swords. Talking about learning. Queen of Cups in the reverse is a very emotional state. The Cups cards are the emotion cards. The love cards, the partnership cards, the relationship cards, and so forth. So to have the Queen of Cups in reverse could indicate this different meanings, but it could indicate somebody not stable, and your reading is about mental stability. The overall theme is mental stability, and that ties into your gifts. I don't think somebody's gonna like your psychic gifts because they're hiding a secret, something they don't want you to know, something they'd rather keep in the dark. They're feeling a little family backstory here, like a mom that doesn't want you to find out who your real father is, that kind of level of drama. So if you are becoming more cognitive with your psychic gifts, you might be more brave to say, hey, it feels to me that some family secrets may be real, or the rumors may be real, and it might start a disruption in the family. You're being warned to be careful. Be very, very careful. I think that's also one of the reasons why you're being asked to slow down and learn your talents and not fling it about, because once you start dabbling into the spiritual world, you open up a door. I give the example of if you watch a vampire movie, like, or a TV show, like what's that TV show? Let's do Supernatural, because I can't think of the TV show, the vampire movie. But Supernatural, Sam forgot about what happened when he was a kid. He grew up, quote unquote, normal, living normal life, and it wasn't until his girlfriend died, because she was killed by a demon, that he was aware of the demon world and all that entails, right? So it's like once that door opens, you start seeing the different layers involved in the spiritual realm. So they want you to be prepared for this, because it doesn't feel like you are right now. Her head kind of looks to me like a crystal ball. I know it's a stretch of the imagination, but the way I'm seeing it, it's kind of like round here, and then you have like the base right here. You might do well with crystal ball readings. You might want to look into that. Out one. Yeah. All right. Let's go into your story dice. Story dice. If you're interested in joining me on Patreon, where I do teach weekly tarot readings, by the way, your reading just so happened to align with that. It was not my intention. I don't want you thinking that. Go ahead and join us. This is Suit. Patreon.com/magicalbutterflyspirit. Excuse me. You might see my hand in an awkward position as I grab this. Patreon.com/magicalbutterflyspirit to join the tarot club. You can also join the dollar club for $1, which gives you access to early access readings of YouTube videos. I'm losing train of thought because I started the channel. I apologize. Story dice. What? Story dice. What? Alright. Oh, it says third one, this one. Alright, so we have this quote from Hamilton. I am the one thing I can't control. I am intimidable. I am the original. You are the one thing you can control in this life, pile 1. You need to get in control of your psychic gifts. Alright, we have the initials BYTD. I'm also seeing the word buy, like buy books. There's a book right here. I'm telling you, they want you to learn. This is from the Doctor Who TV show. This is the Master. He's a bad guy. He's like the main villain in the show, but they're saying two things. One, become the master, like a master degree, PhD, in your psychic gifts. And two, be careful of people like the master. Don't look for gurus. They will take advantage of you. So they want you to be very careful with that. This is like the strength card. He's in a weight room lifting weights. They want you to be strong. We have the ninja. Somebody, pile 1, what you may not be aware of. Again, once you open the door to the spiritual realm, people do have the ability to steal or siphon off your psychic gifts. This is the ninja. So they want you to be careful. They want you to learn how to cleanse, build up psychic walls, protect yourself. I'm hearing spiritual cleansing a lot for you. It's very important. They want you to break. Some of you might be a generational curse a generational curse breaker. That's what I'm trying to say. We have the Sun card. Your future is bright. I'm sorry, not the Sun card. The Sun on the astral dice, meaning that your future is bright. And what you might not be able to see is the little word do. Last time when we became 5 years old, doo-doo. So yeah, like do. They want you to study. All right, pile 1, that was reading. Thank you so much for watching. You're welcome to stick around for pile 2. But if this is where you leave us, until next time, bye-bye. All right, pile 2. Cards. Patreon, if you're watching, I'm not stalling. It feels like I need a hard reset before I start pile 2. Why did I say Patreon if you're watching? Of course you're watching. Not to assume you're not watching, but I'm uploading this to Patreon. So if you're listening to this rambling, then yeah, you're watching. You know what I mean. Oh my gosh, my brain. Something's weird. I don't know if this is lingering from pile 1 or this is what's coming from pile 2. I don't like it. Really don't like this energy, pile 2. I don't know if it's you or what was lingering from pile 1, but I didn't feel it when I was doing pile 1 reading. I feel it as soon as I got this your pile. Oh, what is that? Somebody is watching the video that feel like the ops are watching. Alright. Well, if the ops are watching, let's get them something to watch, right? How to? Okay, so I have the Queen of Hearts. This is your pal. Some oracle cards for you off the top. We have Trust the Timing, Clarity. You can go ahead and pause if you'd like to read that. The Big Picture. And your Guardian card, pile number 2. Mayat, Giving and Receiving. Ooh, we got some impacts on the deck. I was going to read, no, but they're saying I don't need to. I was going to read the Guardian card for that, but they're saying I don't need to. How to, you have an uncanny way of being in the right place at the right time, or making sure you're not in the wrong place at the wrong time. You probably get a lot of, I was just thinking about you, or how do you know to show up? I needed you. Or like you go to visit your mom and you knew to bring your toolbox with you so you could fix something. You don't normally travel with it, but you're like, let me travel with my toolbox today because I just have a feeling. You're always prepared. And then when you're not, when you don't follow your intuition, you regret it. Because you're like, man, I knew I should have gone left. Or, oh man, I knew I should have brought that. I knew I should have left a few minutes later. Things like that. You travel in divine time. That's your superpower. You have the foresight of divine time. Some people get frustrated with you because there's situations where they feel like you should be rushing or anxious, and you're chill and laid back because you just intuitively know things are going to work out. So you're not in the state of, for example, let's say car note is due and your partner is like, what are we going to do? We don't have any money. We can't, if we don't pay, they're going to repo the car, and they're stressed out, and you're like, don't worry about it. And it drives them crazy because they're like, what do you mean don't worry about it? And you can't really explain it. You just know not to worry about it. And then something happens where you get money. You sell something, you win the lotto, you get a bump in your raise, and lo and behold, you have the money. I mean, a bump in your salary. Maybe you're going to get a raise. How to? Maybe that's in the works for you. Just off topic about that raise. It's just the way I said it makes me wonder that maybe somebody watching is getting a bump in their salary. Back to this. This was bestowed upon you from the divine himself. Something I'm channeling, I did not know. There's like a society of, I was going to say timekeepers, but they're saying that's not accurate. What would be a more accurate terminology, please? Day washers? D-A-Y? Day washers? When people are chrono watchers. Chrono sync. This is a language that is not English, so I'm doing my best to translate. So Chronos. So this was gifted to you by your Chronos alien species. Ancestors, your star seeds, where they actually have like several people on this planet with this gift, and they're gifted with this gift to help balance out the fourth dimension of time and space, because you're like the hard reset, because everybody's going around nilly-willy, not really paying attention to divine timing. But because you run on divine timing, people are forced to work around you. You show up when you show up because you're working on divine timing. And 99% of the time, it benefits them whether they realize it or not. If you don't go to an event and they're mad at you, a few months later, they might say to you, you know what, it's a good thing you didn't go because blah, 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 blah happened. And you might say to yourself, yeah, I knew it. I knew it was something why I didn't go. But be careful, because that superpower can be used against you by yourself. Because you might be forced into situations where you feel guilty that you have to do something. Hang out with somebody, go somewhere, go to a family event that does not align with divine timing, and it could throw the whole cycle off. I'm seeing like a map, but it's circular, and you're constantly walking around in a circle, and you kind of spiral inward into the map, and that's how the divine timing works. They're showing me, and then it starts all over again. So it's like it goes like this: spiral inward, and then spiral outward. And as long as everything's in sync, spiral inward, spiral outward. And if you're not working in divine timing and you throw that sync off, now everything has to get rerouted back into sequence. Not just for you, but the people you know and the people they know, and so forth. Heavy is the head that wears the throne. How to, you have a heavy head, a lot of responsibility in this. You wouldn't think it would be that way, right? You would think divine timing only worked for you, but you really have this big role to play in life, because you make sure that people are in place where they need to be, and you don't realize you're doing it. Major psychic power. They're also showing me power 1 about clairaudience. Like you hear, don't go there, don't do this. You have grandparent ancestry watching over you as well, outside of the alien starseed super ancestors that watch us. I'm seeing the let me make sure I get this in camera. I'm seeing like the rays of light, purple, green, blue. I feel like that's your ancestors beaming down on you daily, watching over you. And there's this little guy right here walking this vast expanse, a field of like sand, and then you have these rocks. This reminds me of a dream, actually. And then you have these two figures guiding you to them. So you start off here, and this person's actually walking this way, and he doesn't see them, or she doesn't feel them. It feels like a masculine energy in this reading, to be honest with you. I would not be surprised if you're the masculine person watching this. And yeah, you're walking this way across the horizon, but they're keeping eyes on you. Your spiritual collective is very strong, protective energy. They watch over you, they watch over your family, they watch over your close friends, they watch you at work. You'll receive messages in the form of animals, birds, feathers, or talking dogs. I think you have conversation with dogs. You're an animal communicator. You have conversation with animals, in particular dogs, and you think you're playing around, but you really are hearing what they're saying. That's another one of your psychic powers. How to, like, you're joking, but you really are in conversation with that dog or your pet. All right, gonna move on to your tarot. I thought I enjoyed Pal 1, but Pal 2, you're pretty cool too. How did you get in here? Very well compromised. Ooh. Okay, we'll keep it. We'll see what happens. This is the Teen Wish Tarot deck, if anybody's interested. Alright, we have the King of Cups. Last reading we had the Queen of Cups. I don't think that's a coincidence. Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, but I'm going to put it back. It doesn't feel like I should take it out. Four of Wands. I'm hearing Harry Potter. You're a wizard, Harry. You have more skills that are coming towards you. You're not aware of yet, and you're not ready for them yet. They just told me to let you know. You got more in there. They just don't want to spoil the surprise. Ten of Cups. You're a strong family person. You take care of your family to the point where you sacrifice you. You may even be with someone you don't care about in order to keep the family unit together. How to? But you shouldn't sacrifice yourself for that. I mean, there's co-parenting. You might want to look into that. Because it's not worth, Eight of Wands, it's not worth sacrificing your life and being miserable and self-medicating and being unhappy. You may think it's better for the kids, but it's really not. That's for, unless it's for a couple people, that's not for everybody, of course. Judgment. You're worried about how people see you, even though you say you don't. You really do. Because if you weren't worried about how people see you, you want to put other people's needs in front of your own, which again, you say you don't, but you do. That's a little secret between me and you, right? Because you don't want people to know this. You like people to think that you're confident and in charge, and You have everything in order when really you're a mess inside. How to? And if you're wondering how I know that, it's multiple reasons. Like, it's okay. So the King of Cups and the Ten of Cups is good cards, like quote unquote good cards, but the energy aligned with the Four of Wands and the Ace of Cups and the Hangman is in the Sun in reverse. It's giving this energy of like not being sure of yourself. And then from there, I'm also picking up energy through intuition and how the cards make me feel, and the imagery on the cards and what that sparks in my mind. Like right now, I'm being drawn to this third wheel. For some of you, third wheel could be a friend situation that's holding you back from another person. Like you're trying to be loyal to one friend, but in doing so, you're missing out time with the other friend. So you hang out with one friend because they're the carefree friend, the worry-free friend, the one you don't have to think twice about, to avoid the one that you do have to think twice about and worry about and stress about, because you care about this other friend far more. So you avoid this friend, which is hurting you and hurting this friend. And then the one in the middle think they got it all planned out, like, because they're manipulating the situation, but you don't think they are. You think they're being the fun, carefree friend, when really they're manipulating the situation, pal, too, making you think, like, stay away. I just heard the word stay away from them. Like, stay away from them. Every time you hang out with them, you get upset. You should stay away from them. But they're really using that in their favor instead of letting this relationship heal naturally, which it would on its own without interference from this person in the middle. And it feels like it's easier for you to hang out with the person in the middle because it's a guilt-free situation. And you have lingering guilts with this person right here. But you see how they're holding hands behind this person back. Like, no matter what happens, they're going to be united with each other. Even when they're not talking to each other, they're always going to be together. Their friendship, our relationship, situationship, friends with benefits, however this plays out in your life, husband and wife and third party, I don't know. But this union will always be there, even with this third person in the middle, who really is an interference. And you see how this person has like the show code on this person, on this guy, so he can't even turn his head to look at her. Because they know the moment they let go of you, you're going to start to realize this person is not who they really say they are. You're going to start seeing the cracks and the flaws. And you're going to realize the mistake you made in ignoring this person. And every time you start to slip and start to back away from this person, you start to feel guilt. But then you hold on tighter because it's so hard for you to handle the guilt of whatever situation this is with this person. Yeah, it's easier for you to stay with this person. Whew. Where that came from. Alright, how to? Moving on to your story dice. Yeah, I got an ops watching. I got somebody who's hate watching me, which I don't know. Why are you wasting your time watching me if you don't like me? That's weird. You're weird. Whoever you are. Alright. Story dice. Story dice. What? I'm gonna get a producer and they're gonna remix story dice. Story dice. What? No, I'm not. Okay. Let's see what we have. Ooh, remember we talked about that spiral? It's right here. That divine timing spiral. Going inward, going outward. We have the initials NSRO. Noriega might be significant for you. Nora Simpson, the Simpsons, last name Simpsons. You caught in a trap that you can't get out of. L2. annuality. You need to stop that. Stop putting other people in front of yourself. Again, you act like you don't. You convince yourself that you don't even, but you know you do. You put other people in front of yourself. You sacrifice yourself for other people. You're by being in relationships with people that you should not be with. It's like you do it to prove you were right about something. Like if I admit that this person is toxic, then that somehow is a reflection of me because I chose this person. I introduced this person into my life and my family life and my other friends' life. And if I admit that person is toxic, then what does that say about me? It says that you're just like everybody else. You get caught up in narcissistic people and narcissistic abuse. That's what that means. Pile 2. You love going on drives at night by yourself or walks by yourself. And I'm looking at this and it's a brick wall, but I'm seeing stars, like starry nights. You love listening to music. Again, this is a ninja head. I'm telling you, the ops are watching me. I don't know why. And this is a crystal. You might want to look into crystal magic. If you're ever interested in dabbling in magic, you shouldn't dabble, but just using that word loosely. Then crystal magic might be your gateway drug. All right, pal 2. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. If you're interested in joining us on Patreon, patreon.com/magicalbutterflyspirit, where we have a dollar club for you, which will give you early access to my YouTube videos days before its release. There's also the Tarot Club, where you can learn tarot and other psychic gifts. And then we also have the YouTube Superfan Club, where you receive a gift box every single month. Good times indeed. All right, so we're going to move on to pile number 3. Pile number 3, this is your reading, Daring Dreamer. All right, we have Infinite Blessing. For some reason, this is looking like the never-ending story. The dog, Falcor. Is it Falcor? I don't remember the name of the dog. But for some reason, I know this is not what it is, but my mind just went to that. Karmic relationship. Don't panic. Sanctuary. I'm going to hold this up. You can press pause and read that at your leisure. All right. Get some guardians for you. Pile number 3. We have Queen Ya Asatiwa. Level up. You're in that song, Sierra. Level up. Go ahead and read that for you. 39 might be significant for you. The number 9 is definitely significant for you. The ending of a cycle, but not quite the beginning of a new. The 0 or 1 with 0. Let me start over. 9 is like the last number in the cycle, and then you have 1, which is the beginning, and then you have 0, which is like the closing of a cycle. So it feels like you are constantly resetting yourself, like you're always reinventing yourself. The reason why I have the word managed butterfly in my username is because I identify with the butterfly, because they go into a cocoon and they come out more beautiful than they start. And it feels like that's what you do, pile 3. You reemerge from whatever obstacles you have. I just learned about this, the golden stool. On Puppet History. I know, random. But they were talking about the golden stool, which I didn't even know about. It's the stool that is bequeathed to the king or queen of the tribe, and without it, they cannot rule, or their rule is not acknowledged. Sorry, it's way up here. Should be down here. You have the golden stool. You always had the golden stool. Ooh. Oh, 3. Who are you? You are destined for greatness. And it feels like you're hiding yourself from the world. Queen Ya Asiwa start over, Joy. Queen Ya Asantewa was a mother farmer and a warrior queen who led the war of the Golden Stool. See, I told you. Just learned that. The, the Golden Stool throne of the Ashanti Empire holds the Regent Kara life force energy. This baddie. Alright, so if this is the correct person that I learn about, she gathered the. Okay, so there was a colonizer who decided that they were going to be in charge of the Ashanti tribe, and he could not understand why nobody was listening to him. It's because he didn't have the golden stool. You can't rule without the golden stool. He kidnapped the king and he thought that would be enough. Like, oh, I got your king. You want your king back, you need to listen. They were like, no, you don't got to go to stool. They hid it, right? So, but they didn't want to fight back. So Queen Ya, Atisatwa, she gathered up the tribe and she said, look, if y'all men can't stand up and fight, that's okay. We women will. Plus, if you don't fight, guess who's not getting any panani? And if you are having sex with somebody who is not in the army, she's talking to women, then I curse on you. So guess who got them together? And they were like, well, we don't want to curse and we want panani. So they fought back. You have a way of being a muse, being an inspiration. This is going into your superpowers here. Being a muse, being an inspiration, inspiring others. You're a leader, you're a lover, and a fighter. And it's done regally and with dignity. You see how she's holding the machete? In my culture, Jamaican culture, we call this the cutlass. She's holding the cutlass, and she's holding it across her heart chakra. You've had a lot of wounds, a lot of attacks to your heart chakras. You take it on so much. Your heart chakra is your source of power. That's why she's protecting it. That's why she has it across her chest. Also, your source of power is your crown chakra. You, out of the three, are the most tapped in, out of the 3 pals, are most tapped into your psychic gift. I feel like if you're watching this pal, you're like, I already know I have a psychic gift. I just want to see what else I got. I'm just curious. Like, it feels like you're just like, I'm just curious. Like, you're not surprised by what I'm saying. You might be surprised by the layers of it, but you're not surprised. Like, you're not shocked, you know? You came on this planet because of this person. No, you came on this planet to serve. This person came on this planet to be with you. This is giving twin flame energy, and I don't want to say soulmate. It's like higher than soulmate, but not quite twin flame. And the term twin flame and the term soulmates, they're terms. You know, it's just an easy way for us earthlings to understand things that we cannot understand. So knowing that your soulmate like twin flame like being is on this planet to be with you, and they do not want to be here. They're like, Earth is so ghetto. Like, ugh. The slum. Gotta stay at the slumlords. But you came here to serve. You had a mission. It's reminding me very much of a pick a pile reading I did on my Patreon, where it was very similar. What is your superpowers? And I mentioned that your superpower is that you came on this planet hidden. Like, your powers aren't known, and you yourself are awakened to these planets. Your powers, but even you don't know the full extent of them because they're so massive. Like, can I say? Yes. They're saying there's even some of you who have the psychic DNA of fallen angels, fallen guardians, falling spirits. You are so intertwined to the divine that you'll be invited to the cookout in the metaphorical sense. you have strong stars. No, they're not even saying stars. Like alien ancestors that watches you. You have aliens present that watches you. These looks like UFOs to me, watching over you, keeping an eye on you. I'm seeing this blot right here next to you, like they're ever present, like over your shoulders. If you notice things like things flying close to you, that's them. Animals getting closer to you than they need to be. Spiders or birds or random stuff. A cat might do some weird circle, like they come close like this and they kind of go out like that way, but they could have just easily gone straight across. They're drawn to your energy. It's like they get a sip of it and walk away. I said in POW 2 that they're an animal communicator. You're an animal communicator as well. That's one of your many powers. POW 3. I feel like if there was a list, like a credit, you know, in a movie and the credits go up, if there was something like that with psychic powers, that would be yours. Things that people already know, like psychic powers that already have labels, and a lot that don't have labels. I am burping like crazy in this POW. Like it's hard for me to talk. Burping is confirmation. They wanted me to let you know the part of the reason why you had a hard childhood was because it was a karmic lesson that you needed to learn. I'm looking at this card. It has the houses, like the village on the bottom. They also wanted me to let you know that you fought very hard to go through this karmic lesson. Like they didn't want it to be this hard for you, but you wanted it. You wanted to get it out the way. So in doing so, that's why you have I don't want extra guides. It's giving favorite child in the family. To be honest with you, POW 3. Like, there's no favorites in the spiritual world, but at the same time, I'm feeling like you're the favorite. Like, grandma sneaks you an extra peppermint when nobody's looking. My eyes going back to this golden stool. You are meant to lead. Whatever gifts you're comfortable with, you are meant to use it to lead. For example, I'm comfortable with tarot readings, and they want me to use this to build a community. If your gift is art, like there's a tarot reader, I forgot his name of this channel. It could be I Draw Tarot. I think that might be it. And he draws tarot. It's amazing to watch. Like he starts with a white board with cards that are blank, and he draws it. That's his talent. That's how he channel messages. That's his psychic gift. Whatever your psychic gift is, you could be a teacher and you just have this uncanny way of getting people to understand things that no one else can. And it's because of your psychic gifts and your abilities and the way you're able to tap into somebody else's emotions and learn how to teach them. So it does not necessarily have to be like a tarot reader or a psychic or something on that level. It could be the ordinary everyday stuff that you use your psychic ability and transmute it into others. But they want you to do it in a leadership way. They don't want you to sit back anymore. They said they're tired of that shit. They're tired of seeing you sit back and let other people take credits that you deserve. If you want to start a YouTube channel, or you are having a YouTube channel, I just heard it's about to go blow up. Like they wrote you, like for Martin, like they want it to like succeed, to reach as many people as possible for a couple of reasons. Because to support you financially, and if it supports you financially, you have more time to commit into it, which means you'll be able, there goes the hiccups, you'll be able to commit to it, invest in it, and doing so you'll reach more people and you'll teach more people, and then you'll make more money, which will allow you to invest more time into the channel and teach more people. So it's a cycle. If it's not YouTube, it's definitely something online, something that will allow you to reach a mass audience, or TV, entertainment, some sort of media, podcasting, public speaking. They want you to use your voice to reach to others because your voice has like some kind of hypnotic psychic chord in it that's memorizing to it's like it's almost like spell work, but you're not putting spells on anybody, but your voice is just so intoxicating. Like it has a way of drawing people in and they listen to you, and doesn't matter if you're taking your time or if they don't lose interest in what you're saying because you're just so enthralling to them. You could sit and read from the telephone book and they'll be like, oh, I didn't know Tom Jones' phone number was 555-5555. That's interesting. They always feel like they learn something from you, even if it's just like a little nugget. They always feel like they learn something from you, and that's why they come back, because every time they listen to you, you're imparting some kind of wisdom. Your heart chakra is your superpower, like it's your center base, like Iron Man, so much like Iron Man, where he had to protect it, but it also charged up his entire suit. And it's like your heart chakra goes zzz, zzz, then it like emutes out from the top of your crown chakra. I'm not seeing any kind of grounding though. Even this golden stool is floating in the air. So the only reason why you're on this planet not floating around is because of gravity. Even them, they're floating. They're not really rooted into the planet. They're floating on top of it. Like you could levitate if that was something that was available to humans. In your past life, you used to be able to fly, like Neo. I was thinking like Superman, but no, they're like, nah, like Neo. It's more on that kind of baddie level. Speaking of Neo, you have a habit of breaking the matrix glass. I think I said that in Power 1 that you could access, you could see through the matrix. You, however, manipulate the matrix. Things always work out in your favor as well, similar to Power 2. The difference with Power 2 is because they follow divine timing. With you, you are divine timing. Everything always falls into your lap when you don't stress about it. When you stress about it, it's a whole different, it's like chaos when you stress about it. But when you're in your natural state of relaxation and calm and knowing everything is in your favor, things just kind of naturally fall into place. Like these cards just naturally fell into a different order without me trying. I love your energy, Power 3. I could kind of hang out a little bit longer. And I am, because I'm going to take some tarot. Don't mind my hair, Patreon, in case you saw it. This fell as I was putting away my tarot deck. It's the Betty Boop Million Pieces card. I'm going to put it on here since I wanted to show it presence. And then for the tarot deck, I'm going to use... It might be an 80s baby. Power 3. Gen Z, Xenia. Or like retro toys. Ooh, the star. Why haven't I been using this deck? Oh, because it doesn't show well on camera. But I love this deck. Queen of Coins, the star, and the Magician. Ooh, baby. All the roads lead. Your talent leads to your riches. We have the Magician. Remember I said that you manipulate the matrix into your favor? Queen of Coins. I'm seeing like trick or treat, like you're going door to door collecting candy, and you tend to always get the best candy. Your bucket might be not as many candy. It might not be as filled as the other bucket, but in your bucket has the best candy. Keep that in mind before you start comparing your finances with other people. Grass is not always greener. And then we have the star. Your future is bright, Pile 3, especially if you're going to get into some kind of public speaking, contact creator type vibe. Alright, they said to go ahead and move on to the story dice. Story dice, story dice. I started this one time, and now every time I get the story dice, I say that in my head. And because I say it in my head, it's like an earworm, and then I have to say it out loud. So you have to hear it with me. Story dice, story dice. Right hand. Okay. First off, ×2. Everything you do ×2, they said. It's going to take you a little bit longer to get where you need to go, but you will get there. We have the like this person is running the race, and the ribbon is already broken. So they're like, what the heck? The race is over? It feels like you won a race without even trying, but you don't know it, and you're still running a race that's already been won by you. There's a secret admirer that got their eyes on you, Pile 3. You got the number 9. Remember, we were talking about the number 9 is significant for you. You're always reinventing yourself. This character is from Doctor Who, that's Darvos. He invented the dialects. He was an evil mastermind bent on creating a master race. If that sounds very similar to history, I believe that is intentional. And what does this have to do with Pile 3? Your ancestry is from like a master psychic alien species. That's all they're telling me. Like they're like, that's all you need to know. We have that letter I. I'm hearing ice cream. Ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Ice cream for some reason, Pile 3. If you're interested in dieting, I'm not a medical professional, I'm not a dietitian, I'm a tarot reader reading a story dice. So take this information as you may, okay? But what I'm hearing is ice cream would be good for you. Low-calorie ice cream to help you with your cravings if you're dieting. You know those 30-calorie ice cream bars, things like that? The ones that are not quite as good as the real thing, but it feels like it will satiate you to get you in between meals. Again, I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a doctor. I'm reading the letter I on the story dice. Take the information as you may. Alright, oh no, there's one more. Jupiter, Sun. There's a planet. Watch the movie Interstellar, and in the movie Interstellar, they talk about a planet that's like 26 years ahead of schedule of Earth. So like 1 hour there is like 26 months or years, or I haven't watched that movie in years, so this is definitely wrong information. But basically, 1 hour on that planet was exceedingly more hours on planet Earth. I want you to watch the movie Interstellar. There's several messages for you in that messages, including time travel and time physics and the fourth dimension and time dimension. All right, Pile 3. Thank you so much for watching. This was so much fun. I enjoyed this reading very much. If you enjoyed this reading, let me know in the comments. And until next time, bye bye.